Hello, critters, and welcome as we're going to be jumping in with the cast of Critical Role to watch our our state of play, essentially. Um, well, they call it state of the role, but I do want to chit chat before we jump into it. Campaign 4 will eventually happen. I'm assuming it's not going to start until most likely the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026, taking into account how much traveling that they have to do this year, everything that they're putting on. And I think we're going to get a better idea of what that is that they've got in store in their next State of the Role video. I did have a DM chat with Matt where I asked, how familiar do we need to get with Daggerheart? Because they've put so much work into it, right? And they're getting lots of feedback from the community, much like they did with Candela, but like this is more evolved. Like everything they were going to do for Candela is on pause. So when I went out there to enjoy like the live show, they introduced new classes. Those haven't been released because literally everything has been put into Daggerheart. I asked Matt because one of my favorite things to do when we do our critical reacts or just watching in general with Dungeons and Dragons is I know magic inside and out. I'm a wizard, you know what I mean? So I asked him, how familiar do I have to get with the magic systems for Daggerheart? And his reply was, get into it as much as you wish. I will let you know that we are making a hamburger helper type series for Daggerheart. So, with that being said, do we think Campaign 4 is going to be Daggerheart, or do we think we're going to stay in a 5e universe? Let me know your thoughts down below. I love that Brennan is coming back with another EXU project, and we will be covering that and staying up to date with that because it's easy. I am behind on our critical reacts. I know this, but the time to film, the time to edit, it's just me and the other shows I have help on. I am exhausted, y'all, because I still want to live my life. And before, when I was doing Critical Role, I was basically locked in my office the entire time getting it done. So I'm trying to find a better balance. So please have patience with me. I'll catch up when I can. And when there's a huge lull in content, I do want to let you know I'm going to be covering Campaign 2 because I love the Mighty Nine. I'm so excited it's getting animated. But enough yapping. Subscribe, become a member if you haven't already, and let's jump into the State of the Role.
You know that this update is kind of happening in real time?
Yeah. Next Thursday, February 6th, will be the finale of Campaign 3.
It'll be huge.
And Bell's Hells.
Oh man, it's finally here! I'm sure we're all dead!
Kind of emotional and wild. Just can't believe we're here.
Devastating.
Emotional and exciting.
Yep.
We're gonna celebrate it.
Okay.
I would like to cordially invite you to our live tailgate party.
What?
Okay.
We will be answering questions. We'll be having a few drinks ourselves. I'm
Yes.
sure all of them non-alcoholic.
Well-deserved drinks.
While we spend, what a weird ride it has been for these weirdos.
Not just Bell's Hells, also Mighty Nine, Vox Machina, really kind of all of Exandria. Like the end of these 3 major chapters of all of our history. One should buckle up for what it's likely, pretty much confirmed to be our longest episode of.
See, it's verbiage like that of, like the 3 tables being consistent, the 3 stories with the same players. They're like, you guys, they're all getting older. Like, I hate to keep bringing that up, but we all are. Like, when they first started, I was in my early 20s. I'm in my 30s now. Like, it's it's different,
No.
We kind of
They're in their
let it run its
40s.
natural length. Finale is clocking in at a record-breaking 8.5 hours. Break it up as needed, or slam your caffeinated beverage of choice and cry with us into the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we did.
Yeah.
The evening that we attempted to film the final episode was on January 7th, which was the same evening that several massive and
fire.
historic fires broke out across Los Angeles.
So because of the fires, they're going to be doing a one shot where proceeds will be going again evenly distributed across all of the funds.
Series will be...
That next series will be premiering on February 13th. Brett and Lee Mulligan.
Let's go!
Who just had a show in
This will be a
Madison
4-part
Square Garden.
miniseries.
Which is a time when the prime deities departed from Exandria, and the mortals are kind of left to pick up the pieces in the wake of the calamity.
You actually get to play this time.
I do. I get to
Yep.
play. I'm a player.
The end of this campaign it's really like a culmination of the past 10 years of our storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
We're going to be doing another update very soon that will go into all the details of all the crazy things
And that's
we have
the
in store.
one we're
So
going to be
please
watching with bated
stay
breath.
tuned.
We here at Critical Role Land hope that we can continue to provide any escapism that might be needed, and hopefully keep being a very bright spot that you all can rely on every Thursday night like we do.
Load our last
God,
save
if it was
file
so easy.
from 2024.
If
you know,
only,
but
like Baldur's Gate.
we'll persevere. We got this.
Just like Baldur's Gate. So this brings me, I just want to talk about it again. Critical Role and reacting for Critical Role is a huge undertaking because it's 4 hours of watch time and then about that much time in editing and rendering and making sure everything's good. An 8-hour finale will be a lot of parts because I learned that with some of the episodes, when I don't do them in parts and I have released them in parts when it's a lot of content, I feel like if I edit it down too hard, I've wasted all of that time and effort that I put into sitting for those 4 hours to begin with. I feel like Campaign 4 is going to bring about new cast. And I started getting that vibe heavily when Travis wanted to be introduced as a character later on in the beginning of Campaign 3. I just feel like there's a big shift that they're preparing to break news to us. And we'll see how it gets taken by the community, because something I want to ask you guys is the non-main cast shows, have you been keeping up with them? What is the viewership like in comparison? And I know it's fair to say that it's unfair to compare the new shows to something that is core for the audience, but it's also very realistic ask. Very realistic question, because if Candela was bigger and there was more to do, would they have shifted to that? Like, are they trying to find the next thing where lightning will strike yet again? Because a large part of that does depend on table chemistry. So I'd love to know your thoughts. I'm really nervous and I just feel it in my stomach. Campaign 4 is not going to be the same. It would be cool to see them experience a world without gods. I would love to see that. I hope that the viewership maintains. I want the best for our nerdy best friends, and that's the thing. We have this relationship with them, and we love them and want them to succeed, but we also want to see them together at the table, because that's where we all met. You know what I mean? I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon with some other shows.